Okay, hello everyone. Thank you for stopping by at this live interview with our Alumni Sunday. My name is Sarah O, and I am the digital content producer here at University of the People. Thank you to each and every one of you for being here with us today or tonight as we talk with Sunday about his experience as an alumni of University of the People. I'm going to go ahead and let him introduce himself to you all today. Go ahead and take it away, Sunday.
I thank you, Sarah. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in today to join this section. My name is Sunday Alani, and I'm from Nigeria. I'm an alumni of University of the People, and it's a great opportunity for me to actually study in this school because of so many things it offered me during my years. And it's not just about the learning environment or the learning culture. It's about the impact it has on my life and what I've been able to achieve over the years and where I am right now and where I'm heading to. And a lot of people that I've met, I've spoken to about University of the People, they're always skeptic about how could a school that offered quality education make it very cheap, like free,
Yeah,
absolutely free.
yeah,
So a lot of people have been skeptic, like I don't think it's real.
right.
But trust me, from somebody that has been through it, I'm telling you that it is real. It is easier to cope in the class, and it also is the fact that it is accredited
Yeah.
makes it easier for you to move from getting your degree and even going for your master's program in another country or in another school entirely.
Yeah.
And it's one of the things I would have loved to share as well, probably during this section as well.
Yes, thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Sunday. No problem. And, as a lot of people say, they might be a bit skeptic because, we do advertise tuition free American accredited degrees at an extremely affordable cost. We also, have students, if you qualify, who can ask for scholarships if they need it for our undergraduate program. So we do want to make sure that higher education is accessible to as many people as possible. And I'm so happy you were able to have that experience. As he said, he is from Nigeria, and, shout out to all my Nigerian people watching. I'm Yoruba too, so shout out to any Yoruba people who are watching. And let's go ahead and just get straight into it. We already know where you're from. What University of the People program were you a part of?
Oh, thank you for that beautiful question. Okay, I'll go straight to the answer before I just give you some feedback on it. I did health science. When I joined University of the People in 2019, it used to be community public health.
Okay.
And I have always wanted to do something in the health field, but not clinicals.
Right.
A lot of people feels that if you're not studying anything within the clinical field, you're not part of the health community. But
Right.
I am here to tell you that that is not true. Public health even gives you an understanding of the whole concept of healthcare system, both the clinical and the field aspect. It helps you to understand that your intervention or your prevention is not just targeted towards one person, but a community as a whole.
Right.
So health science is very, very interesting. It's a course where you learn a whole lot of things that you can relate with in your normal life outside of class, even outside of work, things that can actually help you to manage your health and the health of the people around you. So
Yeah.
I actually enjoy my time as a health science student.
And I think that's a really great point. A lot of people do think like you have to become a doctor or a nurse if you're studying health science. And there are so many different fields that you can go into with a health science degree. So I'm happy you were able to, gain some benefit from your health science degree from Yo People. And,
Thank you.
what do you currently do for work? Is it something related to health science or is it something else?
Yeah, before I start my study, I have always been working with non-profits,
Oh, yeah.
and was my knowledge as I proceeded in my classes, gaining more knowledge and all of that. I was able to move from a program coordinator to a program manager,
Wow.
where I deal with a whole lot of healthcare issues in the community, like mental health,
Right.
maternal health, and all of these things. And one thing I can say authoritatively is the fact that everything I learned in class, they were relative in what I do.
Right.
Presently, for now, I'm actually looking at moving up the ladder, getting to probably get another place and learn more things. And over the last couple of interviews I've done, I still have a reason to believe that what I've learned in class are very relatable to all of these things that I want to do. So, health science is not just about giving me a job, it's about giving me a lifestyle.
Right.
It's one thing I've always wanted to do. I want to contribute my own culture to the global health.
Right.
And health science from University of the People gives you all the right skills, the knowledge you need to be able to do all of these things.
That's awesome. And global health is a really big deal since COVID-19 and the pandemic and all these other things that have been popping up in the last few years. So I'm so happy that you have been able to do what you've always wanted to do and positively impact your community and improve the mental, maternal, and any type of other health that needs to be focused on within Nigeria.
Exactly.
Yeah. And, University of People, like we said, is tuition free, American accredited, and 100% online. There are a lot of other online universities out there. But what made you choose University of the People specifically?
That's an interesting question, and let me share something that is very personal to me. And okay, before I enrolled, I studied biochemistry from a
Oh, wow.
university in Nigeria,
Mhm.
and I studied biochemistry. I graduated with an upper credit, and I moved from there into banking system. I was working as a banker, and the journey was going smooth. I had an admission for my public health in UK, Nottingham Trent University. I had
That's
one
awesome.
with St. John University in New York. But along the line, I was a victim of the society.
Right.
What I mean by that was the fact that Nigeria is a country where so many things are not going right, especially when it comes to documentation.
Yeah.
So along the line, I discovered that I had a fake admission,
Wow.
and it was just like I lost everything.
Wow.
So I had to do a SWOT analysis of my life, and I said to myself, I'm a career person. I need to go back to school.
Right.
So if I need to go back to school, which school will offer me quality education and flexibility of time? I could do it in a Nigerian school, but I realized that there's going to be a strike today. There's going to be disturbance here. It's going to
Right.
affect the little thing I'm doing. And at that point, at least to put food on my table.
Exactly.
So I was going through all of these, trying to find the right answer. And I remember that some years back, I stumbled on University of the People.
Yeah.
Though I didn't really dig deep into it, then I went through my emails and I realized that I once applied, but I couldn't afford the application fee as a
Mm.
then.
Right.
I went back to the mail and I replied the email. Then a program advisor
Advisor. Hmm.
reached out to me and she was like, okay, I understand you applied, but we can do a waiver for you on the
Oh,
application
wow.
fee.
Yeah.
And you just have to do an email, let us understand the financial challenges. So I did the email and they waived the application fee. So
Wow.
the very first thing was the fact that a tuition free school is even ready to waive your application fee.
Right.
Aside from that, it was so flexible that even on terms that you don't feel like studying, you can take a break.
Right.
It doesn't
That's
stop
something a
you
lot of
from,
people
it
don't
doesn't,
know.
that's what a lot of people don't know. You can take as much as 3 times, 4 times.
Yeah.
And I felt like this is too good to be true. So I remember when I started my foundational course,
Yeah.
uh, and it was interesting. The materials were so lovely that I was enjoying it, and
Yeah.
I wanted to know more. And it doesn't feel like I wasn't in the four walls within the four walls of the school.
Right.
So there's this opportunity to interact with your fellow students, to interact with your instructors. You can do it via email. You can do it via the chat box on your module page, and that makes it seamless for me.
Yeah.
You don't have to be stationed in one place. On the move, you are studying.
Right.
Whether you're in the air, whether you're on the water, whether you're anywhere you find yourself, you're studying. And the fact that your deadline is not like they give you an assignment today, you have to submit tomorrow. You have a
Right.
whole 1 week
Right.
to turn in your assignment, to do your assessment, your grading, makes it easier for me. So I think a lot of people who have something that they're doing, they could leverage on this to get a world recognized degree, as well as
Yeah.
not leaving what they're doing. So
Right.
what really, really made me choose University of the People was not just because of the fact that it was tuition free, it was because of its for the fact that it was flexible.
Right.
They were always there throughout the journey. The program advisors are always there to advise you on what is the best for you. They're not
Right.
even thinking about the school, they are thinking about the student. They want everybody to be educated. They want
Exactly.
everybody to get the right degree to empower them for what they need to do next for their life.
Right.
And this even comes out as far as zero kobo.
Right.
If you have it to write, University of the People can as far as even waive your assessment fee for you.
Right.
I benefited from it.
Yeah.
And what do I mean by that was after my first name, the foundation program,
Right.
I couldn't pay because of the exchange rate,
Yeah.
and I was having some financial challenges as well. So I reached out to my program advisor, and he said, you know what, we don't have funding right now, but I believe that probably before the next term there's going to be funding. And I said, okay. So I managed to pay. I started the following term, and even while I was not conscious of it, she wrote me and said, use this link to apply for scholarship for your assessment fee.
Wow.
So I was like, okay, I could afford 50%. And I got a scholarship of 50% for my first 10 courses. After the first 10 courses, I got another scholarship of 90%.
Wow.
And I think subsequent one, I got 100%.
Wow.
So when you look at all of this investment coming together for you to just say yes to it.
Right.
Sorry for using the word for being Christian in this. It's just like saying you are giving salvation out for people to people. You just have to accept. Once you accept the
Right.
best of the people, they are ready to work with you throughout the journey
Yeah.
till you achieve your career goals and academic goals.
Yes, and I think that's a great thing. I think sometimes people are scared or nervous. They think if I do this now, I won't be ready to do it. But sometimes taking that first step is the hardest step. And staying consistent in the things that you do are going to get you further than just waiting around for nothing to happen. The best thing that will happen out of this is you learn something, you earn your degree, you set yourself up for a life of success, a lifestyle where you're not struggling as much because your degree is power, education is power, knowing
Mhm.
things and being able to articulate things for the health science, business administration, computer science, education. All of our degrees and certificates are meant to help you learn more in order to succeed and strive in society. So I'm so happy that our program advisors and university were able to give you the scholarships that you needed, the assistance that you needed, because nobody can do anything alone, especially when it comes to education. You do need a support system. You do need people to
Exactly.
rely on. So, I'm happy you were able to have such positive experiences here at the university.
Thank you.
And do you feel, of course, do you feel that your experience at UO People prepared you for the workforce and the real world? I know some people think because it's online, you're not going to really, be challenged or taught the things you need to do in order to succeed in the workplace. So, has your experience prepared you for life after graduation?
Okay, I will start by using my experience in my first degree in Nigerian university compared to University of the People. A lot of Nigerian students will agree with me that there are some things that we do in the Nigerian education system that are below par when it comes to rating it across the globe.
Right.
And before I joined University of the People, I mostly don't read journals.
Mm.
And University of the People exposed me to a lot of writing, which actually improved my writing.
Yeah.
It exposed me to reading a lot of journals, which makes me informed. It keeps me informed. I know a lot of things about topics. I know where to get. I know I have access to resources across the globe in case I need to address any topic.
Yeah.
during my program, I think after my program, I did a 3 month internship at Evercare Hospital,
Oh wow.
and I worked with the Infection Prevention Control Department. In my office, there's another department there, the Quality Assurance Department, and I realized that for every time they run into challenges, issues, block roads, I'm the first person to reach out to
Wow.
because they believe I have enough resources
Yeah.
that they could leverage on to bring solutions to the workforce.
Wow.
So it is not just about just giving you materials to read. These materials prepare you for whatever challenge you could come across in the workforce, even in
Yeah.
your real life. I remember there was a time I was at the hospital for a checkup and my BP was very high. And doctor was trying to say, okay, you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to do this. And we had a chat, and I was trying to tell him that all of these things you are telling me to do might not really have instant impact on my health. These are the
Right.
things I need to do. I need to do this. And she was like, are you a doctor? I said, no, but I'm in the health field. And it
Yeah.
was just because of the things I learned in class, because of
Right.
the quality of the materials, the quality of the education that you can get at the University of the People. It prepares you for whatever that might come your way. You
Yeah.
don't even need the 4 walls of the class. There are times I will go to school and we don't even talk to anybody, just go to class, take your lectures back to your house. So
Yeah.
University of the People gives you the feeling of the 4 walls of the classroom and the feelings of concentration if you don't want to be disturbed.
Right.
So you could do everything you're doing, gain the best knowledge, and trust me, every knowledge you gain is relatable to whatever you are doing in your life.
Yeah. And I think that's extremely important to thank you
Very,
for
very.
sharing those examples as well, because it's important to know you're not wasting your time by getting an education. You were able to literally speak with a doctor and let them know, hey, I know I'm knowledgeable about these things in health science. And of course, we respect the doctors in the world and their opinions, but knowing enough to also be able to articulate and speak up for yourself in that setting is something that a lot of people aren't able to do. So I'm so happy that, all the things you learned in class, being able to truly focus and absorb that information and use it in the real world has been helpful to you. And, every good thing sometimes faces challenges. Life is full of them.
Exactly.
But what would you say was the biggest challenge you faced while attending UoPeople?
Yeah, personally, I think my biggest challenge would be motivation.
Yeah.
There are days whereby I feel tired, I feel I can't continue, not because of the money or because I couldn't pay all of those were taken care of, but
Yeah.
because I was just mentally tired.
Right.
So those I think that's the main challenge for me. But for my other students that I interacted with, I think for them some struggles with not having the feelings of the 4 walls. Some struggle with uh, articulating their ideas. Some
Mhm.
struggles with assessment in class.
Right.
But one of the things I tell them is that if you have taken all of these courses, like, is a do or die for you. Trust
Right.
me, it helps you to navigate through this stormy time.
Yeah.
What do I mean? When we took course on emotional intelligence, anytime I am down, what I do is I pick the materials from that class and I read. It just helps me to manage my expectations. It helps me to see things from a clearer perspective. It makes me to understand that if things keep going the same way you want it, you won't enjoy it.
Right.
Challenges are part of your journey to make you assess your life, to make you understand that, okay, what am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? What do I need to work on? For the fact that you're not getting the results might actually be from the fact that you need to change your tactics, your plan. You
Right.
don't need to change your goal. Just
Right.
change the way you are going about it. So,
Exactly.
regardless of the challenges, I think the school itself actually prepares me with the things I need to know to help me sail through. And
Yeah.
when I feel less motivated, the very first thing that comes to me is you have to be intrinsically motivated. That's how to succeed in the University of the People. It has to
Right.
come from within. It has to be you
Exactly.
wanting to do it. And that was very, very, very helpful for me throughout my journey.
And I think that's a great point to make. A lot of people think that online learning is somehow easier than in person learning, but I think it can sometimes be harder because you do have to be your own self motivator. You have to
Mhm.
be your own timekeeper. You have to be your own cheerleader. You have to be your own time manager. It is not easy. It has its
So,
challenges. And it's not impossible to succeed here at University of the People, but there's only so much other people can do for you. You have to be steadfast. You have to be able to work through those moments where you're down a bit because those are going to happen. There's no journey that is one straight path. And even then, sometimes you got to look around and make sure there's nothing bad that might be coming
mhm.
towards you to steer you off that path. So making sure that you're staying motivated and knowing that even in those hard moments, things will continue to improve and you'll be able to reach that long-term goal of earning your degree is something to keep in mind. So if there are any students who are maybe having a rough term and are thinking like this is really impossible, it's not. Feel through those low moments and recognize that you have to do something differently in order to get to that long-term goal of earning your degree. And here at Yo People, we do have different programs, we do have different courses. What would you say were your favorite courses or some of your favorite facilitators, and why?
I have a lot of favorite courses, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I'm amidst friends and we're having conversations, and you just need to be concise with the information you want to give.
Yeah.
And all I just have to do is just think about my class days, and there's something for me to pick up from. I remember when I was, like I mentioned earlier, emotional intelligence class is one of the best class for me. I love health system and structure because it helps me understand so many things that is actually wrong with healthcare system in Nigeria.
Right.
Health policy and management. That's a very fantastic course because let, let me give you an instance. When I was doing my internship with Evercare, the
Mhm.
quality assurance department, they are working on policies for the whole hospital.
Okay.
And during my interaction with them, my direct supervisor said, because I know you know most of these things, you are going to be the one to handle the policy for our department.
Wow. Wow.
I'm handling policy. The following week, she's telling me I need to do training for the staffs. And sometimes I feel like these are people that have been in this field, in this clinical field for years.
Right.
But because I was prepared better, if I can use that word, I had the right knowledge, I had the right tools from the University of the People. It makes me excellent in what I do. And one
Right.
of my, I have a lot of facilitators that I like as well because they're very responsive. You
Right.
reach out to them via emails. Within the next couple of hours, they've replied. One
Yeah.
of my best facilitators will be Dr. Evelyn Osemeikan. I think he's Edo.
Oh
That
wow.
woman, wherever you are, God bless you. She's fantastic. Like in the last 6 months, or let's say, okay, last one, let me just say in the last 1 year, she has written more than 10 reference letters for me.
Wow.
I had admission to University of Southwest for my master's in public health, but I had to defer due to some personal reasons. There's some scholarship I applied for. I don't even need to send her an email that I want to use you as a referee. Once I just put her name, her email address, this enter maximum 2 days.
Wow.
I got a response from her. I remember the last time I sent her an email to just to appreciate her effort, and she was like, "One thing we are here for is to help you achieve your career goals.
Right.
Keep pushing. Don't get tired of, oh, once you get tired of me asking for reference every time, keep doing it."
Yeah.
And she has always been constantly. Even one of my fellow alumni reached out to me that she needed a referee from school. I said, reach out to Dr. Evelyn. And I think she did. Within 2 days, she got her reference done.
Wow.
So, despite the fact that we don't see them, despite the fact that I can't tell who is who, they are still very, very responsive.
Right.
You can reach out to them at any time. Weekends, they are ready. And that makes it more fantastic for me. That makes it more loving for me. And
Yeah.
it was actually a very great experience.
I'm so happy to hear that. You know, a lot of people, I think when they first start at UoPeople, they are a little bit scared to say something to their course
Mm-hmm.
facilitators, but that's why they're there. They want you to say things, they want you to ask questions. If you need help, if you need a reference,
Reach
that's
out
what
to
they're
them.
there for. So, you know, I'm so happy that you were able to find somebody so responsive, so consistent. And she also encouraged you, like, don't stop asking for help. I think sometimes when we are, especially as Nigerian people, we don't like to ask for help. We rather suffer and
Exactly.
do it on our own. And in this field, in this, you know, learning online, you have to ask for help. You have to ask for your program advisor to help, for your course facilitators, for your fellow students. We do have a fully online campus, meaning that you can't go in person to meet people. I mean, of course, if you know, connect with one other people offline, like, or off, like Moodle and all these other things on social media, you can choose to meet up with them, but there's not really a campus where our students can meet at, because we have students from over 200 countries and territories. So it would be impossible for people to fly in to the US every couple of weeks just to see their classmates. So it is important to ask for help virtually, to know how to email your course facilitators. If you're having a hard time with that, please reach out to your program advisors, because they can teach you and help you with a lot of things regarding your account, regarding your emails. It's important to ask for help. And sometimes, if you don't know how to ask for help, ask how to ask for help. There are people there who will be able to teach you those things. So never feel like you're suffering alone. Please make sure to reach out to someone at Your People if you do need help, because we do try our very best to be responsive and give students the help that they need so that they can earn their degree in a timely manner. And speaking of, you know, asking for help and connecting with other people, how did you meet and connect with other students? I know we have a lot of new students who have this is their first year ever at UoPeople, and I know that it is sometimes feels isolating when you're studying by yourself, but connecting
Mm-hmm.
with others is a great thing to do because it makes it feel more like a college experience, like a community. But how are you able to meet and connect with other students while you were at UoPeople?
Yeah, just like you said at the beginning, I struggle as well
Yeah,
myself. I, I was not in that mental space where things are going very fine for me. I was struggling mentally. But
right.
along the line, one of the things I noticed was the fact that I could see some names that were almost doing almost the same courses every time.
Oh, wow.
So when they're probably doing the peer assessment, and I discovered that probably you just decided my mark based on your own perspective to the questions. I'll chat you up and said, okay, I'm trying to understand why you gave me probably 8/10, and not because I want to spot you out, but because I want to understand your perspective so that my next
Right,
assignment I can be better. And
right.
from there, I keep talking to a lot of people. They'll tell me, okay, what course are you registering for next term? Okay, I'm taking this course, I'm taking this course. Okay, why are you taking this course? I feel, okay, it's going to help me to get to the finish line on time. This is going to help me to do this, that, that, that. Then along the line, towards graduation, I have like five set of friends that we
Wow.
became close, so close that
Wow.
we exchange numbers. I have someone in US. I have Chelsea. Chelsea's in US. She's doing well, though at a point she stopped after her associate degree. I'm still
Right.
trying to motivate her to come back and finish her bachelor's.
Bachelor's. Yeah.
She because she has a very big business that is booming at the moment. She doesn't have all the
That's
time,
great.
and she has
Yeah.
like four kids she still has to attend to.
Wow.
So
Managing
I
a lot
have
of things.
it takes a lot of time. I have
Yeah.
Barbara from Italy. Barbara is 56. She has two
Wow.
kids. We chat on WhatsApp almost every time. Every
Wow.
holiday she reach out to me. How are you doing? It's been. I think recently she was telling me that do I want to come to Italy. She was ready to offer me an invitation to come to Italy.
Wow.
So I also have Nondia. Nondia is from Kenya. Me and Nondia in the last 2 weeks we chat every day. We've been able to submit some applications to Canada for masters together. Once
Wow.
I see an opportunity, I reach out to her first. Okay, I'm
Wow.
seeing this scholarship. Do you want to apply to it? There's one scholarship we applied to together, McBain scholarship.
Oh,
When
wow.
we reach out to school for endorsement, we're not getting the response on time. We both
Mm.
decided to reach out to the president.
Wow.
And in Nigeria, it's a very difficult thing to do.
Yeah.
You know, you know our place respect on elderly people, especially people in
Right.
position. But she said,
Exactly.
you know what, let's just write the president. And we wrote the
Wow.
president. That same day, the chief of staff replied us.
Wow.
And trust me, within 1 week, we got what we wanted.
Wow.
So that
That's
is
amazing.
the power of having people to talk to, the power of asking for help.
Right.
And myself and Nondia, we've applied to McGill's universities, we've applied to Memorial University, we're applying to University of Michigan, and some other couple of schools for master's program that has scholarships. So
Right.
if you understand how to network, which is part of the things you will learn in University of the People, some of the courses will take. If you know how to do it very well, you are going to meet people that makes things easier for you. Nobody's
Right.
an island of information, so people can actually share information with you, how to go about things, how to go about this one, that one, and it makes your job easier. But like we all know, people don't also like being rejected.
Right.
So if you feel like your approach to people might make them say, you know what, I don't want a friend, just class friends, I think you should try a different approach. Try and understand them first.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the things I do. I ask for these people, how are you feeling? How is your family? How are you coping with your class? Do you need help with anything? I think this course, I know this course better. Are you struggling with any classes? I can help you.
Right.
You can schedule a meeting. My first meeting with Chelsea was a video call and was spoke for like 4 hours,
Wow.
4 good hours.
Wow.
She make me sat down that day and wrote out my 10 years plan
Wow.
and asked me to send a copy to her that in the next 2 years she's going to ask me, have I reached this milestone? Have I been able to achieve this? Have I been able
Hmm.
to? So those are the kind of people you can actually meet in class only
Right.
if you are open to this friendship as well.
Right.
So I always tell people that it's important to take it beyond classes because you
Yeah.
don't know the kind of information people have access to. And for
Exactly.
somebody like me, it has actually helped me. And recently, I started a compilation of the universities across the world that actually
Wow.
accept University of the People's certificate degree. So, in
Wow.
case you want to apply for your master's, you know how to narrow down which school to apply to.
Which
You
options?
don't have to
Yeah.
just apply to all the schools. There are some schools that they will tell you we are not taking them for now because of regional accreditation. I know some schools
Right.
like that in the UK that outrightly told me that. But University of Southwest gave me an admission, even with
Wow.
scholarship, with
Wow.
past scholarship. So one of the things I do in all those groups on Facebook, on WhatsApp, is tell them when you're applying for your master's program, target this school, target this school, target this school because they are accepting.
Right.
So that narrow down your effort into channeling it into what is productive instead of just sending applications to 10 schools and it's only one that will reply to you. So
Exactly.
Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter
Hmm.
has been a good means for me to communicate with my fellow students even after my programs.
Yeah, and I'm so happy, you have a global community of people that you have been able to connect with. I think people do kind of think, oh, I don't need to meet anyone. You do, it's college. It's a time for you to connect and communicate.
Exactly.
And there's a large variety of age demographics and backgrounds and
Mm,
cultures and countries that people come from when they attend UoPeople. So you are opening yourself up to a global community of learners, and that will definitely take you extremely far in life, being able to network and communicate with people from all walks of life. And we got two questions left. Thank you so much for all those in-depth answers, because I'm sure everyone who's watching has been able to absorb something and learn something that they can take with them. What advice do you have for students who are starting out at UoPeople? I know starting is the hardest step, like I said earlier, but what is one or two pieces of advice that you would give them?
yeah, just like you said, starting first is the hardest part.
Yeah.
I have a friend that got admitted recently. They gave him 90% scholarship on his assessment fee.
Wow.
And I reached out to him recently and he said he stopped at week 5.
Wow.
And I said, what happened? He said he was going through a lot.
Yeah.
That even at the point he was suicidal. And I told
Wow.
him, I said, you are my friend. You're
Yeah.
not just a friend I met 2 years ago. We've been friends from childhood. So you know
Wow.
my story.
Right.
So the thing I told him is what I would tell anybody starting at UOP, University of the People, is that You are your own cheerleader.
Yeah.
You are the only person that's going to motivate yourself.
Yeah.
Nobody is coming to tell you to do it.
Right.
So wear that like an hammer every day. If possible, write it somewhere, see it every morning, and tell yourself, you know what? If some people can do it, I can do it. If some
Exactly.
people can do it, I will do it. That's the
Right.
first thing. Second thing I'm going to tell a lot of people is it's going to get boring at a point. Don't give up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just keep on looking at the finish line.
Yeah. And I think
It's
not
going to be
giving up.
boring. Don't
Yes,
give up.
like things will work out. I think
Yeah.
we do get down on ourselves, and mental health is a big thing, finances are a big thing. Those can bring you away from being your own cheerleader, from being your own self motivator. But when you get bored, when you get frustrated, when you get stressed, don't give up, because there is a finish line and you are getting closer to it every time you choose yourself and tell yourself that you can do it. So I think that's a great piece of advice. And last but not least, what advice do you have for students who are looking for future careers or programs to apply to? I know a lot of people get kind of stuck after they graduate. And like you said, you compiled an entire list of universities for people who are looking to apply for things or apply for other programs in the US after graduating. So, what is just a piece of advice you would give them when they're starting their journey into the workforce or into the real world?
I think the first thing I would tell them is be sincere with yourself when you are asking yourself this question: what do you want to do?
Yeah.
You really need to know what you want to do for you to be able to start.
Right.
When I studied biochemistry, I knew I didn't want to do biochemistry,
Yeah.
but I needed something close to healthcare.
Mm.
As at then, public health is not selling in Nigeria. Let me say I'm not privileged to the idea of public health.
Right.
I knew myself that I can't do clinicals because I can't sacrifice those numbers of years to study, sacrifice my social life and so many things. So
Right.
being able to identify who you are, what you want to do, is actually the starter for you.
Right.
That will help you to leverage on what is available, what you need to do, how to achieve it. One of the things that motivated me to go back to school was from this Nigerian politician, Akin Alabi. He said, if you feel like 4 years is too long for you to start another degree, in 4 years' time, you'll be at the age you're supposed to be, and you won't still have that degree.
Yeah.
So, if you know that what you're doing right now is not where you want to be, if you need to go and get another degree, if it's going to take you 6 years, start now.
Yeah.
If it's going to take you 10 years, start now. Trust me,
Yeah.
every minute out of it gets you closer to your finish line.
Right.
And the more you try, the more you are empowered.
Mm.
The more you keep going, the more you have more strength. It's just like
Right.
building muscles. Day one, after lifting weights, you get tired, you don't sleep well. By day
Yeah.
10, you are used to it.
Right.
Before you know it, in 1 month, in 2 months, you are seeing the effect of the build already. So
Yeah.
if you feel like this is what you want to achieve in life, after doing the SWOT analysis of your life and you've been able to identify what you want to do, it's going to help you to take the next right step, which is getting empowered with the right knowledge.
Yeah.
And one of the things I would tell anybody for free today is whatever education you can get anywhere in the world, think about the best schools in the world. You can get at University of the People.
Yeah.
Forget the four walls of the classroom. The best education you can get anywhere, mention the name of the school, you can get at University of the People.
Yeah.
And you get it for absolutely free.
Yeah.
So make that decision today. Choose yourself today. Choose to start today. And trust me, in the next couple of years, you'll be grateful for choosing yourself and doing it. Thank you,
Yeah.
everyone.
Yes. Thank you so much, Sunday. That was a great way to end this interview. Thank you to everyone who is watching. I hope you all have a great day or night and took something away from this amazing interview. I hope you all enjoy and have a great start or end of your term. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye, everyone.
Hi, everyone.